What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Little Scale Cars YouTube channel. Today in the review box, we have the Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut from PosterCars. Now, this one did release quite a while ago, however, it is still easily available. So let's take a closer look at them and see if they are worth adding to your collections. As always, let's get things started by taking a look at our casting. So getting things started, we can say that proportionally, everything is looking good. Nothing looks out of place, wonky, or uneven. Putting the real-life car up in the top right-hand corner there for you to do a little compare and contrast. And then let's break into what our casting is comprised of here. Everything you see painted white is going to be metal, which is very good to see. The casting is pretty light, though, because everything on the base here is going to be plastic. And this plastic isn't going to wrap all the way up through here, so quite a bit there. And this entire splitter, and then this front intake system, whatever you want to call it, that is also going to all be plastic. Our mirrors are plastic, obviously. And then our shark fins back here, dorsal fins, whatever you want to call these are also plastic. But that leaves still a pretty good chunk of metal here that is nicely detailed. Everything here casted in nice and crisp, nothing really to complain about. All your body lines are there and they are in here. Your little thingies right here, whatever you want to call these appear to be some piece of the interior that's poking through, which is kind of a unique way to do that, almost something like Hot Wheels would do. But in this case, it looks good, and it actually is a good way of engineering that, I feel like. But overall, pretty solid on the casting itself. Moving into our paint and deco. As of right now, these are the only two options that you have, is an orange or a white paint. And with PosterCars, that's typically all we get, is just the two. They have yet to do a third colorway for any of their releases that I know of, at least. So I do wish we had some more, but for the two choices that we get, they are both good. You get here a nice metal flake white paint, which looks really cool. Or you get a metal flake orange paint, which also looks pretty good in my opinion. And both of these are real-life colors for the Jesko in general. Now let's take a look at our details here. And starting up front, we do have a nice plastic insert for our headlights, which looks really good. Tough to see here, but you do get a Koenigsegg logo and then this little silver strip here. And that about wraps it up as far as the detailing goes. We do have some little detailing in there that is very tough to see, though. Making our way down the sides, we do get a little reflector here, as well as this entire section is tampoed on, which looks really good. And then we do get brake discs and brake discs and calipers, behind the wheels. These are accurate wheels as well. At least these ones back here are an optional high-speed, top-speed wheel, whatever you want to call them. Coming into the rear section here, we do get taillights. These are just painted on, though. Some reflectors, and then painted exhaust tips, and the Jesko license plate. Just this section here looks really good. When you come up and look at it from the top, we do get the ghost that should be on all Koenigsegg models. Another little silver stripe here. And then you do get some engine details in there, although they are a little bit tough to see. Overall, though, detailing-wise is not bad at all. Moving into our roll test, just in case any of you have not picked up any PosterCars models yet, they do roll, and they roll very nicely. They roll, I would say, about on par with a Mini GT, but since they have the plastic base, that's the only thing. They don't really have the weight to help them roll. I went ahead and put these ones on the scale just to kind of show my point here. 27.12 grams for both of them, so they are a little bit on the light side due to that plastic base. Pros and cons. Getting started with our pros. The biggest pro is going to be the level of detail that you get here. So there is quite a lot of detail that we did discuss. There is actually a little Jesko logo here, emblem, that I forgot to mention earlier. So that is cool to see. So we do have good detailing there, especially at our price point, which is the second big pro here. These can easily be found for under $10. I think I got mine for $6. Which was really, really good to see, free shipping. Right now, you can find them on Amazon for $10 with free shipping, and it wouldn't surprise me if you can still find them for cheaper than that. And that brings us into our third pro here, and that this is the cheapest way to get a Jesko Absolut into your collection, and it is actually a pretty nice example. So there are other brands that have done this car, but they are usually about 2 or 3 times the price. Moving into our cons there is one that I feel like we should talk about here, and it is a little bit hard to see actually, but there is a casting seam right here, only on the one side of the model, which gives it a little bit of an asymmetrical look and is a little bit disappointing. Now, I would say that it's possibly just affecting mine, but it is present on my white example as well, which leads me to believe that it's something that is on all of them, which is definitely disappointing. For some quick size comparisons, here we have it with some Mattel-owned brands, with the Matchbox Bugatti Divo and the Hot Wheels Koenigsegg Jesko Attack. And here we have it next to some models from other premium brands, with the Mini GT Bugatti Chiron Supersport and the recently reviewed JKM Bugatti LVN. And with that all out of the way, it is now time to give my final scores. The hype level, I'm going to give it a 9.4 out of 10. When this released, it was pretty much the only Jesko Absolut that there was, so there was a lot of excitement for it. Execution, I'm going to give it a 9.7 out of 10. That casting seam up front definitely is a little bit of a knockback, and I do wish there was a little bit more metal incorporated to give it just a little bit of a heavier feel. Community input, I gave this one to the council. Here were their results. These are going to average out to be about a 9.4. When we take these three scores and we round them up and average them out, we are going to end up with a 9.5 out of 10, which is a great score for a great little model. These are easy pickups. I feel like even if you prefer the more higher quality brands like the HKM or the CM model, those things are going for like 25, 30 bucks. And these are definitely no slouch in the detailing department. So especially at their price point, I think these are easy grabs. Definitely, if you are a fan of supercars, definitely going to want to go ahead and get these ones in your collections. Even though there are the better models out there with even more details, again, those ones are just so expensive. And then what? There's a Hot Wheels RLC coming out, which is probably going to be less detailed and still like 30 bucks. So I feel like this is a perfect choice and probably the best way to add this car to your collection right now. So regardless of what kind of a collector you are, I think that these ones are ones you should probably pick up. You're not going to want to regret missing out on these later on down the line. And that is all I have for this review, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new, and leave a comment down below telling me what your thoughts are on these particular models. And I will see you in the next video.